Look at that. Sighted people deserve access too.
Yes. Yes. One thing I feel like the audio description did that helped me catch something that I didn't catch the first time I watched it was when we're introduced to our quote-unquote villain, Remick.
A figure leaps into view and doubles over upon landing on the dusty ground. The dirty and bloodied white man staggers toward the house. Smoke pours off his blistered skin.
And there's 3 large birds or vultures circling the house. Never noticed that the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
A truck followed by 2 men on horseback arrives on the property as 3 large birds circle above the house in the sunset sky.
And then later when we cut to the juke joint, the 3 birds are also circling the juke joint. So it's very like ominous and foreshadowing. Totally missed that without the audio description.
3 birds circle the mill. Cornbread welcomes arriving patrons.
Right this way.
Since we were talking about like other forms of access, when there's language other than English in the film, which happens a couple of different times, I like how the audio descriptions say subtitles or like they mention a different language and then they read the subtitles.
God forbid you let him into your home. And if so, we need to act now.
Subtitles appear as one of the other men eyes the setting sun. Let's go, hurry up. Let's get home before it's too late. May God watch over you and be with you.
You know, when he whistled, like, yo, the sun going down, we ain't helping them no more. We got to go. And it was like, let's go. It was like,
we're trying to help you. You're not listening. We out. We tried.
I'm so glad you pointed that out because yes, they're represented as like very cool. They have it together. Like they clearly know what they're doing. This Choctaw man tried his best. And these 2 people in the house, because of their racism and their biases, they're just dismissing them. Even though the warning comes very clear, very respectful, this really speaks to this huge theme throughout the film of othering, like people of other races, people who speak different languages, people of other classes. Are you welcoming of them? Or like, what about them makes you not welcome them?
Cornbread welcomes more patrons. Mary arrives.
Excuse me, ma'am. You sure you at the right place?
That's a damn good question, Cornbread.
Little Mary?
Speaking of, I want to talk about the Chinese people in the movie. Did you notice when they were introduced, the daughter Lisa had to go across the street to get her mom?
A view follows Lisa out into the bright sunshine.
Y'all gonna have food, drink, music?
The view stays with Lisa as she crosses to the other side of the street where white people shop.
You get the sense for like why that had to happen?
No. But that did stand out. That's funny that you said that. Yeah.
There was one sentence in the audio description where there's 2 different Chinese grocery stores. And so she goes across the street because one of the stores serves Black people and across the street.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
She heads into another grocery store where a Chinese woman helps a customer.
Mama, Daddy wants you.
The thing that stood out to me is that when the mom went back to the other shop, how they said she retraced her footsteps.
Lisa remains behind the register as the same view moves backwards to track the woman as she traces her daughter's footsteps back across the street.
And so I was like, that's interesting. Was she literally doing that? Or was that just a cute way to say that she walks back across the street?
It's kind of a combination of both because she literally takes the same path. Maybe that the audio description is trying to hint that this is actually a oneer. It's a one take shot. So the camera does not cut. It follows the daughter out of the shop, gets her mom, and then the mom comes back and the camera doesn't cut. It's actually kind of hard to notice visually that there's 2 different shops. So it's like very subtle, but like the shop her mom was working in was the white serving shop. It's just a nicer side of the street, whereas the other shop doesn't have as many nice things on the menu and there's not as many like stores on that side of the street.
She glances over at Terry and his accomplice on the sidewalk.
Being Chinese, these people had to code switch a little bit, you know, like they could serve both sides, one Black, one white, but they had to shift between the 2 because obviously, you know, the cultures are different.
Yeah.
Like they didn't belong in either.
Yeah. I see these relationships with, you know, the real world and the people who made a choice like to be something else and have abandoned their community. I feel like when we talk about it in the community, you know, like a Candace Owens, Clarence Thomas, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we talk about it in terms of y'all invited to the barbecue. You never coming back to the barbecue. And the barbecue in this case was the juke joint, right?
Yeah, brother. Yeah. This doesn't have anything to do with serious commentary. But I wanted some of that catfish. So like, I want some of the food and getting down on it. Was making me hungry.
Does anyone go fishing?
Love fishing.
Do ya?
Do.
Fair play.
Okay.
Yeah, the let's see, they had really nice liquor, right? They've got like Irish beer, Italian wine, there's pickled garlic. They've got Annie cooking catfish.
You ought to get it popping like fish grease, boy.
Sammy looks around the place with a smile. Oil bubbles in a pot.
You ought to get it popping like fish grease, boy.
Catfish cooks in a deep fryer. Slim plays the piano.
That actually brings me back to the scene that we talked about where you weren't sure if it was Stack or Smoke who was okay with the wooden nickels at the club.
Mm-hmm.
Stack says they're working their asses off for these wooden nickels.
When they show up here, let them enjoy themselves.
They gotta feel wanted if you want this here to work.
This place supposed to feel like it's for them.
Right this way.
They're trying to build a community. They're trying to make people feel welcome and free. But it's like the price you pay to be in a community, which I feel like leads me directly to thinking about becoming a vampire. The vampire community that happens by the end of the movie, they're all united and excited, but they've paid a huge price. They've sold their souls.
Outside.
Pick, pour, I've been clean, and I'll be satisfied having a family.
Remick made all of these vampires, so they're all kind of connected to him in that way. But when Remick has Sammy in his clutches and he's like basically about to kill Sammy, he talks about how his people got invaded and religion, Christianity was imposed on them.
Right.
Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done.
At one point, yes, Remick was a young boy whose culture was dismissed and swept aside, and he was a victim of like racism and appropriation.
Long ago, the man who stole my father's land forced these words upon us. I hated those men, but the words still bring me comfort.
He plunges Sammy underwater.
So Irish people weren't quote unquote white. They were oppressed and they were brought here. Like that's what I'm saying with the deepness of this movie where you can take all of that. Even the fact that he used the Irish because the Irish were the quote unquote overseers on plantations. Like he used that for a reason. He didn't use Italians, right? He used the Irish.
No, you just really astute.
I feel like Remick and Mary is the white presenting love interest of Stack, who's, I think her grandfather was half Black. When Sammy first meets Mary, he asks her, like, what are you? Just kind of questioning, like, in terms of her race.
As she drinks, Sammy steals a glance at Mary.
What are you?
What am I? I'm a human being.
And so she's speaking to this sort of universal, like, we all have some commonality here, like, and let's focus on that.
Oh, that ain't what I meant. I meant more like...
I know what you meant.
It's almost already hinting that, oh, she's going to be a vampire.
Yeah, absolutely.
With an unnatural glint in her eyes, Mary pushes herself back to her feet with a bloody grin that exposes her sharp canines.
We're gonna kill every last one of you.
To me, Remick represented the darker side of white liberalism.
Get down that road, you get back into town. Plenty of white barrel houses down there.
This because we're...
Remick touches his skin.
Because on one hand, he was saying, come on, we can all be together. But something harmful to Black folks had to be done first.
How'd she get in?
And that is she here, because she family.
He also says, Remick says, can't we just for one night?
Just all be family?
Smoke reaches for a gun.
You don't need to do that, sir.
There's just so much in there that you can just really, really break down and take anywhere you want almost, maybe. I'm sure there's somebody who could probably do an analysis and make Remick sound like he was the good guy.
Exactly. He has so many like sound bites that are very sort of, they're welcoming, they're unifying.
Right. We are woman and man. We are connected. You and I.
He believes in equality.
We believe in equality and music. We just came here to play.
I feel like it's also an allegory for like appropriation because Remick is white. He's white presenting. He's Irish. He does Irish jigs and he sings very different music.
Here, I'll show you.
Remick plays his banjo and Bert strums the guitar as Joan plucks the strings of a violin.
I picked poor, I've been clean. I would have picked his body, but it wasn't fit to eat.
It's almost like Remick is trying to unify everyone and make everyone homogenous and make everyone a vampire and share everything. Whereas the juke joint represents being proud of your background, your culture, and knowing that that's different and embracing that it's different from, you know, the others. If anything, that's sort of the good in this movie, and the sort of unification of everything is sort of the evil soul-sucking force in the movie.
That's real. Because all he wanted Sammy, but he wanted one aspect of Sammy. He wanted that talent.
I want your stories, and I want your songs.
There's quotes that I can remember of like, this is the way, together forever, freedom. We're all one people. We should just be kind to one another and polite. This world has left you for dead, won't let you build, won't let you be in fellowship. It's very tempting, at least on the surface. All of these things like make a lot of sense in terms of like, yes, let's all just team up together, but the price is too big, right? Annie talks about how vampires are cursed to never rejoin their ancestors.
Can't rejoin the ancestors. Cursed to live here with all this hate. Can't even feel the warmth of a sunrise.
I also think about it from the perspective of the art, because how Remick was looking specifically for Sammy, for that talent. And when we think about that historically, I mean, even if you just talk about the blues and how that was used, and even, you know, it goes on today with just culture in general. And we talk about that, how folks are just, you know, sort of vampiring the culture. Was Remick the stand-in? Like I thought this is where you was going, AJ, in terms of the vampires. I mean, we have the vampires right now sucking blood, you know what I'm saying? In terms of those who are trying to take over this world, and not just this country, but take over this world, the elite.
You know what I'm saying?
And then there's something to that idea of, yeah, like if we were to look at our humanity, as Mary said, where she said something like, I don't want to be white, I just want to be with you.
Got you a rich white husband, got you a farm, now go home to it.
I ain't asked for none of that.
I didn't want no white man. I didn't want to be white. I wanted to be with you.
Was there anything in this, any connection to disability for y'all that stood out?
I think there are things in the story of Sinners that disable characters. They're just not obvious sort of like health conditions in the traditional sense of disability. So like, for example, Smoke's hands shake.
Inside, Smoke clenches his trembling hands into fists, then stabilizes one with the other.
It carries through till the end of the movie when Smoke is making his last stand and he's like facing off with the Klan members.
Smoke shuts his eyes as he takes a long drag, pulling the cigarette from his lips with a trembling hand. He and Hogwood stare at each other.
If anything, I think it was just sort of a manifestation of, you know, all of the emotions and horror that they had experienced over the course of a day.
Smoke, he wore his trauma differently, kind of closed up a bit.
You know, he's a tough cousin, he's grumpy.
It blows my mind that most of this story happens throughout a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
That is pretty epic storytelling.
Yeah. And that's why I was happy for one day, or I remember this one day.
Before the sun went down, I think that was the best day of my life. Was it like that for you?
A wistful expression crosses Stack's face.
No doubt about it.
And Stack agrees, like for a few hours, we were free. And I think that speaks to how they were free to be themselves. They felt accepted. They felt like they had agency. They could do what they wanted to do and express themselves. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Remember I was telling you about the difference between the UK and the US. So you know that great scene with when Sammy's playing, and then they go through that timeline of all that was going on. I was really curious to see
that scene.
In the present, an older African man struts past Sammy, strumming a primitive string instrument.
There are legends of people born with the gift of making music so true it can pierce the veil between life and death, conjuring spirits from the past.
Somebody take me.
Yeah, I was really curious to see how they was differentiate that.
And the future.
A black man in a long silky blue vest with flared shoulders, sparkly armbands, and goggle-like sunglasses plays an electric guitar beside Sammy.
It was an ancestral sort of thing. I think the way the U.S. described it. I think there was some African dancing going on.
Stack and Mary hold hands as they dance. A figure in a wooden mask wears a cloak revealing only small sections of a striped bodysuit as they move their feet in quick, rapid moves, highlighting rapier ankle and wristbands.
There was all of this stuff, right? But where the UK ignored all of that.
Really?
It was silent. You know you're leaving a whole chunk out. Why are you choosing? You're like, I cannot describe that. That's indescribable. In the context of what this movie is about, describe it.
Yeah.
They just left it totally out.
That seems like a really big missed opportunity there for the AD.
It seems purposeful. I felt like the UK was trying to be cute because they said the DJ was spitting lyrics.
The DJ speaks into a microphone.
Preacher boy,
The DJ spits lyrics as Slim plays piano, and a man in robes plays a traditional goatskin drum.
I was like, he's not spitting lyrics. He's just saying something, whatever. Like, just trying to be cute. Like, come on, y'all.
A black modern dancer in a red dress leaps and twirls past revelers from the past, present, and future.
Ballerina jetés and pirouettes past Sammy, who plays with eyes closed.
That to me was an extremely important part. Like what that whole scene was trying to do, and you left that out.
Yeah.
It is really disappointing. Too bad for the UK folks.
Yeah, it just makes me wonder why.
And I don't know. I'm just guessing. They had to have some discussion because that's a big scene, and that scene makes me emotional.
Yeah.
That's the best scene in the movie.
Embers rain past Sammy, who shuts his eyes as he sings and points upwards. The view follows his finger to flaming holes in the ceiling high above and travels through one into the smoky night air. The glowing embers give way to the stars in the black sky.
I don't know. It just makes me think about my ancestors and how we're still here. We survived, and our culture's the biggest culture in the world.
Like again, like you said, they had to have thought about it. They knew they were doing it. So whatever your reason is, I just can't see where it would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Don't describe it.
You're missing out so much because visually that is done.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you had the American version to compare, because I think the American version did a pretty good job considering, because you want to leave space for the music, right? Sammy's singing and playing is beautiful. But then they name drop like a DJ, a breakdancer, an African man with a drum, a woman twerking, traditional Chinese dancers, people in wooden masks, and then the mill like burns.
The view tilts down to the dancers still at it and the burnt out remains of the mill.
Witnessing a ritual. We heal our people. We be free.
Sammy strums his instrument opposite the electric guitar player as the view draws back through the 1930s patrons dancing alongside their past and future ancestors.
Like, I also would have thought that because so much work goes into the audio description, I would think that an English audio description narration would work for any English-speaking country. And I think it's really interesting that a country as similar to the US as the UK would feel the need to do it differently or do it on their own.
The thing that I can see and understand is when it comes to their terminology, they prefer the boot as opposed to the trunk, the lift.
Oh, okay.
I can get that, and I feel like they should have that. But I think it was a white dude doing the UK one.
Lots of room for improvement there.
It was Remick doing the description.
It was Remick, the actor. Presenting.
I mean, they can write. Maybe they just interpret the movie from that perspective. That's what I'm saying. Anybody can do what they want to do, but hey, I don't know.
If accessibility breakdowns are your thing, hit that like button and subscribe to Disability Clinic, and comment below and let us know what TV or movie we should break down next. If you want to support the channel even more, check out our Patreon page where you can contribute any amount towards producing more content like this. Thank you for watching, listening, and learning.